That'll fill up the pond. Yeah, we did get some rain yesterday. Oh, the thing about a tropical storm is that when the heavens do open, oh, do they open. Somebody asked me a question the other day, does Gordon Tickle get as much rain as we do? And the answer to that is yes. Gordon lives about 120 kilometres from us, so not that far. But I've known it to sort of have a huge downpour at the house, and yet on the farm there's nothing at all. And we're only 4 kilometres from the house. So the rain can actually be very localised. For those of you who don't know, a lot of the Isan regions are now underwater. They've had a huge amount of flooding. Doesn't take an awful lot, it really doesn't. And that's just how much rain you can get. It's, yeah, it's crippling, it does. It cripples the farmers, that's a fact. Roads and everything else are all underwater. People's homes have been flooded and everything. It is pretty bad at the moment. Right, let's go and have a look at the pond and see how that's getting on. But with the amount of rain that we had yesterday, I'm suspecting that yeah, it put quite a bit in the pond. It does save on gasoline, you know, that's another benefit to it. Of course, there are always times you don't want the rain, but you know, get what you get, don't you? Yep, it did fill it up quite a bit. There's a lot more water in there now. Now, as you guys know, we've got particularly noisy neighbours, you know, the loud cow den, the party goers. But for the last few nights, we've had the dogs kicking off. Now, there's quite a lot of dogs in the soy. In particular, there's about 6 of them right across the road from us, our neighbour owns. And for the last 3 nights, yeah, they've been kicking off all night long. They're a real pain. Doesn't seem to bother them though, but it certainly keeps me awake. Now, the other morning, I was talking to Pi about it and saying, look, you know, I get really cheesed off with it. But apparently Pi said it had to do with a Buddha day and that there's lots of ghosts walking around which disturbs the dogs. Yep, ghosts. There you go. A part of the Thai culture, of course, is ghosts, spirits. They believe in it. Again, I've explained before that there's not much I actually subscribe to, religion, superstition. I'm not really into it. But, you know, again, it is part of the culture. So hopefully these ghosts are going to leave very shortly and I'll be able to get a good night's sleep. Right, I'm just going into this store. This is the new store that opened up not long ago. I want to go in there and pick up some candy, of all things. They do these tamarind little boiled sweets and they're really nice. Well, I didn't find my tamarind boiled sweets. Never mind. I did, however, get some McVitie's digestive chocolates. How nice is that? Yeah, you don't get them very often. I was actually surprised they sell them here. Don't get an awful lot of Western style produce here. Again, it's only a small little town, so generally to get it you've got to go up to Mai Sai or even Chiang Rai into the Tesco Lotus or Macro. So yeah, I was quite surprised to find it. I do like a digestive biscuit with a cup of tea, so very good. It's actually a really good little store. And it's cheaper than 7-Eleven. And they're pretty cheap. Now, you've seen this, guys, on the farm lots of times. And this is to house the ghosts that live on the farm. And according to Pi's mum and dad, there's a whole family living in there. Superstition does play a huge part in Thai culture. Not something I subscribe to, but there's all sorts of tales of ghosts and spirits within the Thai culture. Now, the idea, of course, is you build these little houses and then give the ghosts somewhere to live, and it's so that you keep them happy. They don't do you any harm. That's the local superstition. Now, I know what you're thinking, because I often think the same thing. It's such a shame, Graham, that you didn't get that house. Yeah, I know, there it is, look. We drive by it quite often. Ever so quiet down here it is. And it's not far from Fam's school either. It's about 1-2 kilometres at best. Yeah, it's pretty close. But of course, you know, you've got to look on the positive side of things. I mean, there's always donuts. Well, there would be if I got any, because I went to Chengxin town, they didn't have any. But I've got cake. Yeah. Nothing like a nice bit of cake. That's a pretty good cake as well. Look at the size of it. 5 baht. A donut would have cost me 10 baht. So yeah, there's always cake, isn't there? Yeah, you've got to count your blessings. Noisy neighbours, miss the house, no donuts, but got some cake. But you have to keep your chin up no matter what, because just when you think there was nothing, we might have found a house. Now, we're not 100% sure if anybody's living here, but it doesn't look like there is. I mean, all right, it ain't no palace, but for me personally, I think that is absolutely fantastic. And I mean fantastic. And there's a few reasons. As you can see, there's nothing here. We're the other side of Pham School and the other side of the village, and it's just nothing here, just all cornfields. You've got a little tiny hut building over there, and that's a beekeeper, and then you can just see the beginnings of the village there. So the chances of this being absolutely deathly quiet, I would say were pretty good. So Pi and I are now going to go and ask one of the local villagers if there's any word on it. Now, I said to you guys before that very rarely do you find signs on gates saying for sale or for rent. It just doesn't happen up here. It does in Phuket, you know, because there's such a large market for expats and Thais, so you get them everywhere, but here, very rare. But we've just found one. I'll show you it. It's just inside the village, and it's semi-traditional, concrete at the bottom, wood at the top, but it does actually look very, very nice. I did see a sign on the gate saying for sale, but I don't think there's any sign saying for rent. As you can see, it's a really big house. Now, Pi said that sits on approximately 2 to 3 rai. It's pretty big. Actually, it's massive. I think they must be trying to prove me wrong round here regarding signs on the gates, because as we came along, there's another one as well. Would you believe it? 2 in one day. Yeah, it's like a bus, isn't it? You can stand there waiting for one all day long, and then 2 or 3 come along. So it's live. So this one here is for sale as well. There's no price, just a phone number. Land doesn't look very big. I should imagine about half a rai there. I really like the little orange house, so that would just suit me just fine. Out the way, peace, quiet, beautiful views. Oh, and providing the rent's not too expensive, of course, you got it cracked. This is the other village after you leave ours, just past Pham School, and it's a nice little village. This is where you got temple. Quite like the look of that house. That's nice. Got some beautiful trees in there. So there you go. What we're going to do now is try and find somebody. Pi says she knows somebody here in the village who'll know more about that house and if it's available. So hopefully, fingers crossed, we might just find somewhere. If not, there's always donuts or cake. So this is Pham School. And we're heading back now towards the house. Pi said that she knows the guy that knows the owners. So we're going to go and find out if he knows if it's a rent or not. Fingers crossed on both fronts. He's at home and it's for rent. And of course, it's for rent at the right price. That's important. It is nice down here though. Now the guy that Pi says that she thinks he'll know, he's not there. He's not in his little house. But she's just popped in next door into a little store here to ask the locals there if they know. Generally how it works, and it doesn't matter where you are in Thailand, there's an old joke really that everybody is a property agent. You know, everybody's trying to make a commission out of the rent or sale. So yeah, generally you can pretty much ask anybody, and if they know, they'll let you know, and if they don't, they'll generally point you in the right direction. They'll say, oh, I don't know, but they know. So that's how it works. It's all word of mouth. So we're just gonna find out. Here she comes. What's the verdict? Well, apparently the owner of the house built it last year, and he's gone off to work in the south of Thailand for a couple of months, but he's due to come back later this month. The lady in the shop said it's not up for rent. It never has been. He did. Apparently this has been asked before, and he said no. He wants it for when he comes back. So no dice, I'm afraid. Never mind. Well, there's always cake in there.
Brand new.
Yeah, brand new house as well. Nobody stayed in it. Again, as I've said before, it is very, very difficult to find something in a small village. Well, that's it for today, guys. We've had, what is it now? Cake, house and ghosts. 2 out of 3 ain't bad. Yeah, we didn't get it. Again, it's one of those things, in such a small village, it's so difficult to find somewhere to rent. It really is. This is not like Phuket or Pattaya or Hua Hin, Bangkok. You're literally falling over properties. Here, they are few and far between. So we'll just have to keep looking. Whatever you do, have a fantastic day and stay safe. And Pi and I will catch you tomorrow. Don't forget, guys, please subscribe and share and like. It does make a huge difference. Bye for now, guys.
See you tomorrow.